Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Back the Log Off. I'm Professor Icepick, and tonight I'm going to be continuing on with Trails in the Sky. So, yeah, let's get into it. Love that little opening jingle. Okay. Alright, so I have to go after their ship, if I remember correctly. The party took the road in search of the location of the airship. And so, they're parked in front of the Ambril Tower, huh? This is definitely the perfect place to land since it's off the main road. Isn't the Ambril Tower supposed to be just like the Esmalus Tower? Yes, it's one of the ancient ruins referred to as a tetracyclic tower. So what do you want to do, Shara? Should we subdue them? That's one way to go about things. But there's more than double their numbers since the last time we encountered them. Don't worry, even with twice as many guys, they're no match for us. So how about we take them all on at once? I don't know if that's the best way to go about things. Yes, he's here! Sorry to keep you all waiting. Keep it down, or they're going to hear you. Well, isn't this a surprise? I can't believe you're standing here after the state you were in before. Your tolerance is impressive. Who do you think you're talking to? Rather than miss a minute of your fair company, I dutifully puked my guts up and dumped a bucket of cold water over my head. Voila! I was good to go. I don't know about that. I think I hear your liver screaming somewhere in there. That's some serious tenacity. Come on, I couldn't let you all... Come on, I couldn't let you enjoy all the fun yourselves, right? I had just come out of the inn when I saw you guys hit the road, so I came running from behind to catch up with you. I guess I went a little too easy on you. Maybe I should have had you down all that brandy at once. You'd have put me to sleep for good if you'd done that, Shara. But anyway, fighting the Sky Bandits here would lack finesse, don't you think? I don't think that's the issue here. No, I'm serious. Even if you subdued them all and managed to arrest the two siblings, there's still a chance they won't tell you where their hideout is. And they might even use the hostages as leverage to demand their release. Well, there's a risk involved with whatever course of action we take. Or do you have a good plan on how we can avoid taking such a risk? Do I ever? Listen up, everyone. Okay. But if you blow in my ear, I'm seriously going to punch your lights out. Oh, Estelle, I love you. Kyle, Josette! It's good to see you made it back. I didn't think you'd be gone for so long. So talks took longer than expected, huh? Yeah, but we're nearing an end with our negotiations. We also managed to get a great deal of information about what's going on with the Royal Army. So what you're saying is, yep, we'll be getting the ransom money within a few days. We'll finally be one step closer to making our dream a reality. We did it! Sweet! Cool it down, guys. It's a little too early to be excited yet. For the moment, we need to get back to the hideout and report to Don. All right, everyone. Pack up and let's get out of here. Roger that! The temperature outside is 69.8 degrees with 15% humidity. Nice. There's a south-southwest wind blowing at a speed of 12 Arga. There are no orbital reactions in the surrounding area. It looks like the army isn't patrolling here. Activate the orbital engine and begin transmitting orbital energy to each section of the airship. Aye, sir. Orbital engine activated. Transmission of orbital energy to all sections underway. Orbital floater started. Orbital driver started. Stabilizers all green. All right. Lift off. Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, please tell me they're stowaways.
Set the drive rate to 40% and maintain cruising speed. However, make sure that we can switch to battle speed at any time. Aye, sir. It looks like we'll make it back before morning. Yeah, I'm ready for some serious shut-eye myself, but I've got to report to Don first. Huh? Did you just hear something? No, I didn't hear anything. That's odd. I could have sworn it came from below deck. Maybe it's just a mouse or something. I'll have to clean up the place when I can find some free time. Boy, am I tired. Ever since we came here, my night and day have been completely reversed. We've just got to tough things out a little longer, and then we can say goodbye to this horrible life. With Don as our leader, we can't go wrong. But don't you think Don's been acting a little strange lately? I mean, he's kind of scary to talk to these days. How about you knock that crap off? If Kyle or Gisette heard you talking like that, they'd beat you upside the head. But it's just that I'm sure you're just tired from the lack of sleep. Let's hurry and finish up here and get some rest.
You're welcome to take a rest now if you'd like.
Ah! You're those!
You're too late. Preemptive attack. Nice. All right. And got him.
Seems you came up short.
Nice. Okay. Phew! It looks like we were able to get in here without any trouble.
I'm amazed that this little plan actually worked. I guess we all have to have you to thank this time. But seriously, I was getting pretty nervous. I wasn't sure what we were going to do if we got caught stowing away. Well, even if we were discovered, we'd just have to take control of the airship. And we would have had an advantage fighting against this lot in those tight quarters. Superior numbers mean nothing with that space to maneuver in. Olivier, so you thought that far ahead, taking all of these factors into account, huh?
Not in a million years. Are you kidding? I simply thought it would be fun to infiltrate an enemy base.
I think we would have been better off if you said nothing at all. Give the poor guy a break. At least we were able to get in here without incident. Anyway, this looks like somewhere in the Nebel Valley. A Nebel Valley? Like the one on the border of Bose and Roland? Well, that explains why it's so misty outside. And this is definitely terrain covered with extreme differences in height which prevent the landing of any large aircraft. Looks like your guess was right, Shara. Yeah, well, it didn't seem to help us much in getting here. But anyhow, we don't have time to be hanging around here. We'll need to subdue the Sky Bandits and ensure the safety of the hostages being held captive. And of course your father, Cassius, too. Right! Understood. Actually, I just want to check something really quick. Okay, now I gotta look for a ring. Oh, hey, they got monsters here too. Ow. Oh, poison. I was not expecting that, actually. Oh, nice one.
Alright, we're good to go.
Found Scorpion. The chest is already empty, you double dipper. Okay, that was great. Okay, let's see. What is Scorpion, if anything? Ah, Scorpion's a new whip. Okay, cool. And it's better than my current one. Okay, great. Found EP charge. The chest is empty. Makes you want to cry, doesn't it? The voices of some men can be heard. It sounds like some of the grunts. Shall we rush it the room? Not yet. Found jeweled ring. Oh, hey, we found it. The chest is empty. How tragic. Okay, good. I found the ring, so... Oop. Hold on a second. I can hear someone talking on the other side of the door. It sounds like some of the grunts. Let's take care of them before we move on, so there are no surprises behind us later. Okay, so... good. Rush in! Huh? Oh, you guys new around here? Like in your freaking dreams? Are these guys for real? But if you're not new here, then who are you? What? Are you supposed to be intruders?
Bingo!
We're with the Bracer Guild. I think it would be best if you surrendered. Forget that! We won't give up without a fight. Come on.
Take that!
Nice. Oh boy.
Let me show you the true essence of beauty.
Nice. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good... There we go.
That's that. Let's move out.
Ugh. All right, now where are the hostages? If you don't start talking, there are going to be some serious consequences involving a whip. What you want with us? We're not going to talk. Oh, is that so? Let me handle this, Estelle. Sure. Can't say I didn't warn you guys. Ah! Honestly, I'm being quite gentle with you. Don't think for a second that you're allowed to pass out yet. But if you start talking, maybe I'll be kind enough to let you. Yikes! They're down below. Some of our crew are guarding them. Very good. Now where are your leaders? Kyle and Josette, right? Forget it, lady. Do your worst. No one will tell you where they are. So, the hostages are one thing, but you're not going to sell out your bosses, huh? I guess there's only one thing left to do. Ugh. Holy Stregas! Shara's as unforgiving as ever. This? No, I've been far more unforgiving.
Any masochist would be thrilled to make your acquaintance, Shara.
And my whip would be thrilled to make yours.
Maybe some other time.
It looks like the hostages are being held down below. Let's hurry.
I thought I was going to, like, get him from behind.
Alright, let's see. So fire is their weakness and also their weakness. Okay, fair enough then. Ow.
Seriously?
Oh, are we done already?
Ooh, I got some clear gelatin. Or gelatin. Oh, good.
Seems you came up short.
Oh, good. Shara leveled up. Okay, that's nice.
Anyone have a clue what this place is? It's way too big for these bandits to have built, and it seems pretty ancient. It almost feels like a stronghold of some sort, and I agree, this place is pretty old. I wonder if people used hidden forts like this one as hideouts back then.
As far as I've heard, the turmoil following the Great Collapse continued on for several hundred years. So it doesn't seem that strange to me that something like this is still around.
The Great Collapse? The collapse of the ancient Simurian civilization which existed more than 1,200 years ago. It's said that a huge natural catastrophe wiped them out. Disaster, what was it? Oh, you mean like Professor Alba said before? I tell you what, though, for being a place that's hard to find, someone's got some seriously bad taste in hideouts. Not to mention there are all sorts of monsters lurking around in here, too. I wonder if this is how all men like to live. Shara?
Just what kind of men are you hanging out with?
Ooh. Found Strega R. The chest has nothing left to offer you. Alright, let's see. Okay, so it increases defense. Let's see. Who's got the lowest defense here?
What the? Where the hell did you come from?
There we go.
Seems you came up short.
Well, it looks like both Joshua and Estelle are pretty close to leveling up. One more monster battle should do it. What's this? I'm guessing it's an orbital vacuum. It looks like the newest model, so it's probably stolen. Interesting. Huh? What's this? There's something stuffed inside. Found black notebook. A notebook? Yep, that's what it looks like to me. But what's something like this doing inside a vacuum? That's probably something important. Let's hold on to it, just in case. Yeah, good idea.
Okay, I'm curious now.
A notebook found inside a vacuum in the Sky Bandit's hideout. Nonsensical rows of numbers are written inside. Found bear assault. The hell's bear assault, I wonder? Oh, it's a new gun. Oh, it's a strong gun. Okay, yeah. We'll take it. We'll take this. We'll take bear assault. Preemptive strike. There we go.
Seems you came up short.
Hooray! They both leveled up. Yay, now everyone's level 15. Whoa. Okay, looks like I'm all ready for boss fight. Oh. Jesus Christ, calm down, guys. Okay, got another juicy bone. Yep, okay, I guess that's the next area then.
Hold on a second. I can hear someone talking on the other side of the door.
It sounds like some of the grunts. Let's take care of them before we move on so there are no surprises behind us later. Okay, well, in that case, let's make another save file then. The voices of some men can be heard, and
I can hear somebody talking again. Shall we rush the room?
rush in.
Who are you guys supposed to be? Bracers? How did you get in here?
It looks like the hostages are being held in the room just beyond here. I think it's time you surrendered quietly or else.
Don't kid yourself. Let's get 'em.
Let me show you the true essence of beauty. Take that.
Someone's been naughty.
Damn it. There we go.
Piece of cake.
Well, that was easy enough.
What's going on out there? It seems a bit loud for just an internal squabble. Is everyone all right?
We're with the Bracer Guild, and we've come to rescue you.
So seriously? We're saved!
We've taken care of the guards, so you don't need to worry about anything for the moment.
Really? We've been saved?
I'm Grant, captain of the airliner Lind. I don't know how to express my gratitude for what you've done for us here today.
You could thank us after we've gotten you out of here. By the way. Huh?
It doesn't look like he's here.
Who? Are these all the hostages?
Yeah, that's correct. This is everybody who was on the Lind, including crew and passengers.
That can't be right.
Wasn't there a man by the name of Cassius Bright on this flight? He's a member of the Bracer Guild. Cassius Bright? I do seem to remember hearing that name somewhere.
Captain, isn't he that passenger? You know, the one who got off right before we left?
Right! Now that you mention it, there was one passenger who did get off.
What do you mean?
Well, there was this one passenger who disembarked the airliner right before we took off. A man who had been on board since the Royal City, and he did seem to have such a name, if I remember correctly.
What? But his name was on the passenger list.
Well, since he got off right before we departed, there wasn't any time to document the changes. This would have been handled had we arrived in Roland, but we were attacked by the Sky Bandits en route, and things were left as they were. So that's what happened, huh? I thought it would have been awfully strange if Dad had been captured by the Sky Bandits.
Well, it looks like our question has finally been answered.
How ironic.
Now, wait a minute! Then just what is Dad doing? With something this big going on, why hasn't he contacted us?
Calm down, Estelle. I know you're as curious to know as I am, but thinking about it now isn't going to get us anywhere. Our focus needs to be on securing the safety of the hostages.
Okay. You're right. I guess I'll just have to forget about it for now. Listen up, everyone. We are now going to go after the Sky Bandit leaders and arrest them. I know how you all must feel, but I need you to sit tight a little longer.
We'll be waiting here. Good luck. If that's the case, we'll prepare for the worst. Our lives are in your hands. In other words, don't let us down.
Leave everything to us.
Man, I thought this was the end of us for sure. There's something just not right about the look in that Sky Bandit boss's eyes. All things considered, I'm surprised you were able to find it and get in this place. Being a bracer must be a tough occupation, huh? Now I'll finally be able to get back to my travels. Being stuck here has put a real kink in my plans.
Those Sky Bandits ripped off everything I bought at the Bose Market. Make sure to get my stuff back, Bracers. Thanks for coming to our rescue, Bracers. Now I'll finally be able to return home. Thank you for saving us. All of the passengers are safe and sound. No one's sick or injured either.
Oh, I wonder what's going on with my store right now.
Thank you. More than myself, I'm glad to know that Atget's been saved. Are you guys Brazers? Are you going to arrest the nice guards?
Oh, have we been saved? I must be dreaming or something. Oh, I'll finally be able to get home to Zeiss. This was the first time I'd ever ridden on an airliner, and to think that something like this would happen. I'm glad we're safe, but what happened to the Lind? We were blindfolded, so we never exactly saw what happened. I knew you'd come and to save us. Thank you, all. After the way they ripped out the Lind's engine, I kept it in such good repair all this time. I'll never forgive them for that. I'm pretty sure the Sky Bandit leaders are somewhere on the lowest level of this place. Be careful, all of you.
Man, I thought this was the end of us for sure. There's something just not right about the look. Okay, well, fair enough. Okay, so we talked to everyone. Found reviving balm. The treasure chest is offended that you have returned. Was the first time not good enough for you? There's a rock wall at the end of the passage. Is this a dead end?
No, it looks like there's something here. Shall we try pushing on it?
Leave it alone for now. A familiar voice can be heard. Is this?
Yep, it looks like that Sky Bandit boss's room.
Eavesdrop and then raid the room. Not yet. This was a secret door?
That's quite a neat little trick there. I wouldn't expect anything less from a secret fort.
This looks like it's a corner of the Nebel Valley. Shara, should we help the hostages escape first?
No, we need to take out the Sky Bandit boss first. If we're attacked while attempting to escape, there's no way we'll be able to protect that many people. Oh, that's true.
Well, then, how about we get back in there and have a face-to-face chat with the gentleman running this fine operation?
Okay, that's good enough for now. Alright. Let's save again. Familiar voice can be heard. Is this? Yep. Eavesdrop and then raid the room.
So the Queen's gonna pay out the ransom, is she? Now we can finally say goodbye to this meager living. Don't get careless, bro. We haven't got the money in hand yet.
Yeah, and we'll need to decide on a plan on how to let the hostages go.
Let the hostages go? Now hold on a minute. Why do we have to bother with that?
But...
Once we get on Mira, we'll just kill them all and be done with it. We've no need to leave them alive.
Don?
You're joking, right? They know exactly what we look like. Right, remember? Even if we left Libro for good, we could still be tracked, right?
But there are old people and kids among them. Do you really intend to kill them all?
I swear, no matter how old you get, you never grow up. This isn't playtime, get it?
But
I'm sorry to say this, bro, but I'm against the killing the hostages too. Idios will never forgive us if we do that. And I don't want to get our home back with Mira stained in the blood of innocent people. Kyle, since when did you become the boss around here? Huh? I think it's about time you learned your place. Oh, yeah.
Kyle?
Who cares about our old home? With this kind of Mira coming in, what could you possibly want with our old worthless land? Ha! We're gonna go blow all this cash somewhere near the southern resort and enjoy the good life for a while. What did you say? And once we run out of Mira, we'll just hijack another airship. This is gonna be the future of the Kapua Sky Bandits.
Don, what's happened to you? What in Idios' name has happened to you? Sorry to interrupt, but could you have your little family feud later? You again?
Braces? Why are you here?
How can you say something so heartless, especially after you gave us a lift here in your own airship?
Impossible! What are you talking about? It can't be!
You had your airship sitting in front of the Ambril Tower, right? We just slipped in when you weren't looking and hid in the cargo hold. In other words, we stole a ride from a bandit. Ha! Take that! From a dimwit, you've really outdone yourself this time. Who are you calling a dimwit? You two-faced tomboy? What'd you call him? What'd you just call me? You bimbo, airhead brute. Just try and say that again.
All right. Enough of the bickering between you two. We've liberated the hostages and defeated the other members of your group. So it looks like all that's left is you three.
In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby placed under arrest. It would be best not to resist.
Man.
Crap.
Kyle, Josette, what is the meaning of this? Sorry, bro.
I'm sorry, Don.
That's okay. I'll forgive you just this once. Once I kill them, that'll be that.
What?
What a bunch of fools you are, to think with that pitiful number of people that you could ever capture Don Kapua.
Whoa, is he holding a cannon? Whoa.
Ah! Look how effortlessly he handles that orbital cannon. Kyle, Josette, it's time to hunt some game, and I like my sport bloody.
Alright, let's see. Okay. Kyle's weak to magic, so, alright. Whoa. Okay, so she's also got a gun. Alright. Now, so everything except for... Ooh. Oh, come on, really? There. Oh, okay, I don't like that one bit. Oh, I really don't like that. Okay. Oh boy.
We're good to go. Take that.
Take that.
There we go. Okay, 4 against 1. Oh boy.
Take that.
We're good to go.
Oh. Oh boy.
We're good to go.
Oh boy.
Let me show you the true essence. Take that.
Gotcha!
99 kitty cats.
Ooh, and he leveled up too. Nice.
These guys are tough. So this is the strength of a bracer, huh? Crap, how can I lose to this girl?
And that's how it's done. Have you learned your lesson yet? Now that this has been settled, I'm going to ask you that you surrender nicely. Any more trouble out of you and, well, you know what'll happen, right? Charizard stroked her whip and smiled at Josette. Yikes! No, anything but that!
Why me? Why do I have to go down like this? Ow! What's going on? I hurt all over. And when did I get an orbital cannon? What the heck? Bro?
Don?
Oh, Josette, are you back from Roulette already? If you're back this quickly, then I guess things didn't work out, huh?
Eh?
Don't try and cover it up. If you've had something, then how about leaving the breadwinning to us men? We probably won't be able to earn a whole lot, but be patient.
Don, what are you talking about?
Did you hit your head, bro? Josette came back from Roulette like forever ago. I went to pick her up right after we attacked the airliner. What? Attacked an airliner? What's all this crazy talk? We'd never do something like that.
What is this guy talking about?
I don't think he's trying to cover his butt. I think he really doesn't know. Come to think of it, who are these strangers? Don't tell me they're new recruits.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but we're not. We're with the Bracer Guild.
Huh? What are a bunch of braces doing up here?
This guy's completely lost his marbles.
What an interesting turn of events.
Whether you've forgotten or not, you're still under arrest. You're charged with hijacking an airliner, hostage-taking, demanding a ransom, and other such offenses.
Hijacking an airliner, hostage-taking, and demanding a ransom? Kyle, Josette, tell me that this is some kind of joke.
Don?
I think that's my line, but thanks to you, bro, we've got a chance to escape. Smoke bomb!
Ah! Oh, hell, not again.
Hey!
Kyle?
We'll talk about this later. Let's just focus on getting out of here.
I'm never going to get the smell out of this out of my hair.
Let's hurry and get out of this room.
Which way did they go?
They went up. They're going to try to escape in their airship.
Ah! After tracking them this far, we can't let them get away. We've got to catch them. Right.
Understood.
I made it out alive. Oh, what a tragedy this has become. My delicate nasal cavity.
Hey, Olivier! You'd better hurry or we're going to leave you behind.
Wait for me. Okay, so we're gonna just run all the way back up.
Hold it right there, you.
You're not getting past us. You guys are back for more after taking a righteous beating like that?
Now that's what I call tough.
If you don't want to move, then we're just going to have to force our way through.
Ow. Ow.
Oh, come on. Okay, good.
Kind of surprised I managed to get past those.
Don't think you're going up any further. Take the hostages and go.
So, you're back for more, huh? When will you learn?
What are you trying to do? Buy time for your leaders to escape? Heh, they've done a lot for us over the years. Now it's time to return the favor.
Oh my god, stop trying to kill poor Estelle.
show.
God damn it. Okay, fine. I don't like this one bit.
Seems you came up short.
Crap! It looks like we've got company. Don't think you're going to walk out of here the same way you came in. All we need to do is buy some time for Don, Kyle, and Josette to escape.
Trying to shield your masters to the bitter end, huh? Though it's a ridiculous thing to do, your spirit is admirable.
Then I wonder if beating them into the ground might be a way to honor their sacrifice. Well, let's take them down. Ow. Ow.
Enjoy the show.
Huh?
What's this?
Oh, the army followed them.
How'd the army find out about this place? That liar! Things weren't supposed to go down like this.
Hey, get your dirty mitts off of me.
Hey, what's going on here?
So those are the ringleaders of the Sky Bandits? I'm surprised there's such a young woman, too.
How about you shut your yap and start taking some good pictures? What are the chances of getting another scoop like this?
So, how about it, Niall? Is this enough to help you write a decent article?
You bet it is. I'm really grateful that you took us along. Oh, and would you mind if we took a picture of you while we're at it?
What do you think, General Morgan?
Do as you like. This plan was successful thanks to your genius. In all honesty, this is truly something to boast about.
No, this was just the result of the accuracy of the Intelligence Division's analysis. And thanks to the cooperation of those of you standing over there.
What?
What are you guys... I mean, how the heck? What's going on exactly?
It's you kids again.
Hey, look, it's Estelle and Joshua.
Bracers? What do you do? Why are you here?
Just for the record, I'll tell you, we infiltrated this place one step ahead of you. Again. And the entire hideout has been subdued.
We chased the fleeing Sky Bandit leaders up this way, but I never would have guessed that the Royal Army's patrol ships would be waiting. Grr. Once again, you've overstepped your bounds.
With all due respect, General, it was because of them that our military strike saw this level of success. Therefore, shouldn't we in turn recognize their achievements?
Do as you wish. I'll leave the rest up to your discretion. I'll return to the ship and see what information I can get out of these Sky Bandits.
Very well, General.
That old man's as stubborn as ever.
He's not a bad person, he just lacks a little flexibility. That aside, where are the other Sky Bandits and the hostages?
The other lackeys should be lying all over the place unconscious. As for the hostages, we have them waiting in the same room they were imprisoned in.
I see. You have done this nation a great service. Please leave the transportation of the hostages and the cargo to us. Let's move, Captain Amalthea.
Yes, Colonel.
Wait for me, Colonel! I'd really like to interview you kids, but this time the Colonel is top priority. But if we have another opportunity, I'd appreciate doing one with you, too.
Oh, God. That really hurts my voice.
See you later, Estelle, Joshua.
My. You had your whole shining moment uprooted and stolen, just like that.
You got that right. Don't let it bother you, Estelle. The Bracer's role has always been that of the unsung hero, so there's no real reason for us to stand out.
That sounds about right. Yeah, Dad always made a point of staying in the background, too.
Really? I never noticed.
Okay, that's a good one.
Where is Dad?
I guess that's the one problem we've still got to figure out. Where is Dad now? What is he doing? And why hasn't he tried to contact us?
It looks like there's nothing else left for us to do here. In the meantime, let's get back to Bose and report what happened with the incident. We'll try and figure out what to do about your dad after that. I really appreciate all your hard work. It appears that my impression about you was right. I knew that you would come through and bring closure to this incident. Yeah, but the army took off with all the glory, so I don't know if we could exactly say that we solved the case. No, that's not true. If you hadn't been there, I don't know if the army's raid would have been so successful. Backed into a corner as they were, the Sky Bandits may very well have harmed the hostages.
Agreed. Everything worked out because you infiltrated their hideout and took them out ahead of time. You should be proud of what you've done.
You really think so? It's true that the hostages were freed and the Sky Bandits arrested, but it's a bit vexing to know that there are still some unanswered questions left.
The men who appeared at the Valeria Lakeshore, the mystifying attitude of the leader of the Sky Bandits. I think we should consider that there's a lot left behind this incident that we don't know about. Well, I guess we'll have to leave that part up to the Royal Army to figure out. With all the culprits being detained by them, there's really not much left we can do.
Anyway, we should just be glad that all the hostages came back safe. Thanks to the news about the arrest of the Sky Bandits, things are returning to normal here in town. As a token of my thanks, I've added a bit of a bonus to your reward. Really? Are you okay with that? Of course I am. I'd like to thank you too, Olivier.
I just hope that my work was worth the price of that Grand Chardonnay.
Yes, in fact, there was change to spare. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and if anything else comes up, I'd greatly appreciate your help again. Good day. Wow, nice that someone appreciates us.
I'm sure that if the incident had gone on any longer, it would have caused much more confusion. It's probably only natural that the mayor is as happy as she is.
Now I'm starting to feel all giddy inside. I don't think a bracer could be any more happy than knowing her work helped out a bunch of other people. If you say so. But I think it's safe to say that you're no longer greenhorns. Honestly, the two of you really surprised me this time. Teehee, you think so?
At any rate, please accept your assessment and pay for clearing up the incident.
Whoa, 8,000 Mira.
Here's the pay the mayor was talking about. It's a very, very nice sum. And this is from me.
Recommendation.
Isn't this a recommendation from the Bose branch?
Is it alright to give this to us this so soon? Of course, it would be downright rude of me not to recommend you after resolving such a big incident. Please accept it.
Thank you, Lugren.
We'll work hard so we don't bring any embarrassment on this recommendation.
Great work, you two. I'm sure your father would be extremely pleased if he heard the news. Sure.
You're probably right. I wonder what on earth Cassius could be doing right now. Not contacting the guild is one thing, but not contacting his family is a completely different matter.
Yeah, it's definitely not like him. After he suddenly disembarked from the airliner in Bose, I wonder where he could have gone.
Excuse me, please.
Aren't you that receptionist from the landing port? What's the matter? You see, we recovered some of the cargo stolen by the Sky Bandits, and among some of the pieces were a number of parcels addressed to the Bracer Guild, so I'm here to deliver one of them today. I appreciate you doing that. But wait a minute. Why is there something addressed to this branch when the airliner left Bose to begin with?
It's actually addressed to the Roland branch. But aren't Cassius Wright's family members here?
What?
That's us, but...
Oh, perfect! We contacted the Roland branch and they said you had come here. Here you are. This is the parcel. Estelle was given both the letter and the parcel. Oh.
This letter? Yep, it's in Dad's handwriting. It's addressed to Joshua and I at the Roland branch.
It seems as if he just scribbled it out before he got off the airliner. I guess Dad did intend on getting in contact with us after all.
Oh. Well, that's good to hear. So that parcel's from your dad, too? No, this one looks like it was sent to my dad by someone else. Huh? That's odd.
Yeah, the sender hasn't written their name anywhere.
Okay, my business here is done, so I'll be on my way. Oh, and one more thing. Good job in helping arrest those Sky Bandits. You bracers sure do excellent work. Aw.
And to think that a clue about your father would be mixed in with the airliner's cargo. Feel free to use the lounge upstairs to read his letter if you'd like.
Thanks, Lugren.
Well, then, let's have a look at the contents, shall we?
You mind telling me what you're still doing here?
It's just plain and simple curiosity, that's all. Why did your father disembark the airliner prior to its departure? Were I forced to wait around for an answer, the question would stick in my mind, so I'd never be able to sleep at night.
And you're telling me this because...
Oh, how heartless and cruel can you be to a companion who has traveled alongside you? And just who is it you have to thank for being able to infiltrate the Sky Bandits' hideout, I wonder?
All right, already. You can be a rather obnoxious fellow, I hope you know.
I guess we don't have much of a choice. However, depending on the content, we may have to ask you to leave, okay?
Of course, I understand.
All right, let's see what he has to say.
Estelle started by cutting the letter's seal. Dear Estelle and Joshua, I'm sure you're probably about finished with the jobs I left for you, right? I'm also sure that there are many things you'll have trouble with in the beginning, but take each one step at a time. I know you both can succeed. Anyway, it turns out that I've had a little trouble with my own work. And unfortunately, it looks like I won't be able to make it home for quite some time. Please don't expect my return until after the Queen's birthday celebration. I'm really sorry that things turned out like they did, but you should be grown up enough not to be lonely while I'm away. So until I get back, I leave it up to both of you to decide how you want to live. You're free to continue working in Roland, or you're free to pursue qualifying as a senior bracer. Your 16th year is a vintage time in your life, so make sure not to waste it. Please give my regards to Sherazard and Ida. Cassius Bright.
That seems like the type of letter your father would write. It touches lightly on things, but it's full of consideration toward the both of you. Yeah.
It looks that way.
The Queen's birthday celebration, is it? From what I heard, that's still a ways off.
Yep, it's about 2 or 3 months away, which means this would be the perfect time to take a small trip. I really wonder where your father is and what he's up to.
Forget about that and let's focus on what's in that package. With an unknown sender, there's bound to be something interesting inside.
To be honest, I'm pretty curious myself. Oh, we shouldn't be opening things addressed to my dad.
Why don't you think of it this way? It was a package delivered by an unknown sender about the time your father disappeared. The two might be related, you know.
That's true. Olivier, don't coax Estelle into doing something to satisfy your own curiosity.
Actually, though, Olivier does have a good point. Instead of leaving it until our dad comes home, it might be worth looking into.
Okay, let's check it out.
Estelle opened the parcel from the unknown sender.
Inside was a shiny black hemispherical device. Also enclosed was a single memo with the item.
What's this supposed to be?
It's an orbment, although I'm not sure what it's used for. Let's see what the memo says. I was able to secure the item the aforesaid group was carrying, so please take care of it. Please ask Professor R to do an analysis of it when you find an opportunity. K.
That's it?
Yep, it looks like the sender didn't write anything else. Shara, do you have any idea who K or Professor R might be?
I hate to say this, but I don't have a clue for either. Your father's pretty well known, so there's a possibility these people could be foreigners, too. If this is the only thing we've got to go on, then honestly, I'm about ready to throw in the towel. What the heck is this black orbment, anyway? From the shape alone, it doesn't look like anything intended for general use, although it feels a little similar to a battle orbment.
Even so, it's still quite different. A normal battle orbment has slots in which to install quartz, but this one has none. Maybe this one is an artifact.
An artifact?
Precisely. An artifact is an orbment created by an ancient civilization. Artifacts are the models for all orbments produced today. They're still occasionally discovered in ruins, and for the most part the Septian Church has custody over them. They're a type of antique, so to speak.
But this one doesn't appear to be that old. It looks to me like it was made recently.
You're right about that. However, this one almost seems like a black market item.
Jeez! Now look at what's happened because of my good-for-nothing dad. Doesn't he know that we're all worried about him? Estelle? Now he's getting some sketchy item from an unknown sender. What in the world has my dad gotten himself into this time? Estelle?
You know, Estelle, I've been thinking. How about we continue our journey?
Huh? Joshua?
That's what Dad wrote in his letter, right? He said, or you're free to pursue qualifying as a senior bracer.
Yeah, he did say that, but...
We've already managed to get recommendations from Roland and Bose, right? All that's left are Rouen, Zeiss, and Grancel. Only those three. If we do jobs as we travel around to these other regions, we just might hear something about where Dad is or what he's doing. I think we're just worrying ourselves for nothing, considering Dad's skills. And there's also the possibility that he may have even traveled abroad. But I think getting out off our duffs is a lot better than just sitting around and waiting. And we might be able to find this Professor R, too.
Joshua?
What?
You're a genius!
Estelle? What are you talking about?
This is like killing two birds with one stone, or maybe even 10. Sometimes I hate you for being so smart.
So, should I consider that a yes?
Oh, is it ever? Yes, yes, triple yes. Training to be senior bracers as we travel around Liberal, exposing what that no-good middle-aged man has been doing in the process?
I think you're somehow missing the point.
It looks like she's back to her old self.
Haha, I guess it's settled then.
Well, take care. I'm going to head back to Roland now. That said, I'm still a little worried about you two. Are you sure you don't want me to come along? Give it a rest, Shara. We'll be fine. The whole reason we're going on this trip is to become senior bracers. It wouldn't be training anymore if you came with us.
And if you didn't go back, the Roland branch would have a hard time managing things. Don't worry about us. We'll figure out a way to get things done.
Well, if you insist. It's pretty rare for someone your age to be aiming for senior bracer status, so don't overdo it. And if you run into any trouble, contact the Roland branch. You got it? I'll come running no matter where you are. Sure. Thanks, Shara. The same goes for you. Don't get yourself too liquored up. That's the only thing I'm worried about. All right. I'll watch the number of drinks.
Never fear, dear children. You can count on me to protect fair Shara.
And why are you heading to Roland? Not to mention with Shara.
That's because I've tasted all there is to taste of the local dishes here in Bose, and I thought it was about time I turned my attentions toward another region. As for Roland's cuisine, I've heard the produce is just to die for, so that's what I'm looking forward to next.
And that's pretty much it. He says he wants me to introduce him to a nice restaurant and some lovely vegetables or some such nonsense. Since he's so persistent, I only agreed to him coming along under the condition that he go drinking with me at the bar. we'll never see him alive again.
Olivier, I really hope you understand what you've promised her.
I could die for the likes of fine women and food. Part of me longs to be by your side as you continue your journey, Joshua. But after many agonizing hours of consideration, I've decided to accompany fair Scheherazade instead.
I think I'll be better off with you a safe distance away from me.
Well, have fun, but I'm warning you. Don't you dare make any trouble in Roland, you hear me? And here's another piece of advice. When Cher's at the bar, watch out. That's when the gloves come off. I'm seriously not joking when I say you should beware. How dare you speak about your mentor like that, Estelle? And besides, Ina's coming along too. Yeah, and she's even worse than you.
The gloves come off, huh? Is that perchance what you and Estelle were talking about before?
Yes. Estelle said it best, though. It was nice knowing you.
Yes, it was a pleasure. Eh?
The Roland-bound airliner will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now. Well, Ollie boy, it looks like it's time for us to leave. Come on now, we'd better hurry and get on.
Shara, wait! Can't we talk this over? I'd really appreciate it if I had just a little more time to think things through.
Surely you're not getting cold feet already. If you consider yourself a man, then quit acting like a ninny.
Eek! Oh, poor Olivier.
See you later, Shara. Give our regards to everyone in Roland.
Have a wonderful trip, you two.
And we did it! We finally beat Chapter 1, baby! We did it! Chapter 1, Disappearance of the Lind. End. Nice. We did it. We did it. Save game. And continue.
And that's about the gist of the Sky Bandit incident that occurred in North Liberal. And to think that the bankrupt Kapua family drifted all the way down here. You might be contacted by Liberal regarding the incident, so deal with it as you see fit. Yeah, it turns out I wasn't able to meet him in the end. It seems like something else may have come up. Also, the connection with the Sky Bandit incident is still unknown, but it's clear that another power is at work here.
Oh, it was Olivier the entire time. No, it's not like that at all. I've also become acquainted with an interesting bunch. The food's great and there are babes everywhere. This is unquestionably my kind of country. Maybe I'll just take up permanent residence here while I'm at it. Alright, there's no need to throw a fit. Anyway, see what else you can find out. Just don't get caught looking into things by the Chancellor. I'll contact you again, my dear friend. Haha, I love messing with that guy. He's just so stuffy and uptight that I can't help myself.
A portable phone, huh? Well, aren't you carrying around quite the nifty gadget?
Shara?
And the fact that you're carrying around an ornament that even the Zeiss Central Factory couldn't create. Well, how about you tell me who you really are?
Come on, Shara, don't treat me like I'm some kind of stranger. I'm Olivier Lenheim, the wandering bard and gifted musician you've come to adore. But if you'd like to get to know me better, I'm sure we could arrange something. A little pillow talk, perhaps?
How about we skip the foreplay and go straight to the climax? Your cheap antics don't fool me, Olivier. Or should I call you Mr. Erebonian Operative?
Huh? It looks like the title Silver Streak isn't just for show. So I guess you were pretending that you didn't notice in front of Estelle and Joshua, huh?
I don't want to worry those two any more than they already have. So back to the subject at hand. Why don't you start talking? Who are you, and what are you doing in Liberal?
Before that, I'm going to have to correct you on 2 points. First off, these cheap antics, as you call them, are totally natural. I'm not play acting or anything. That's just who I am.
Oh, I'm sure. So do you mean to tell me that you drank that wine without paying just because you felt like it? And after that, being taken to the Hakan Gate so you could gather information was all a part of the plan? And you even set yourself up to run into us? I don't think so.
I'll leave that part up to your imagination. The other thing I must correct you on is that this device is not an ornament. It is an artifact which was unearthed in the Empire. It can piggyback off of any orbital communication system, and its transmissions can be encrypted, so there's no worry about them being intercepted. It comes in handy for a busy man such as myself.
An artifact? Like one of the sacred relics the Septian Church has stewardship over? Now I'm all the more curious to know what you're after.
Oh, no, Shara. You should never try to pry into the secrets of a mysterious beauty all at once.
How'd you like to get to know a real woman? I'd be more than willing to show you with my whip.
Shara, I don't see any humor in those eyes. Well, jokes aside.
You really should have been straightforward from the beginning.
As you have already figured out, my position is like that of an operative in the Empire. But I have no intention of sabotaging anything or stealing classified information. I merely came here to meet a certain someone.
A certain someone?
Yes, someone you know all too well. The one lauded as the supreme swordsman and master strategist by the Royal Army. The bracer with the special title belonging to but 4 people throughout the whole of the entire continent. The Divine Blade, Cassius Bright, is the one I seek.
Chapter 2, Madrigal of the White Magnolia. That sounds like gibberish to me, but okay. Bose, North Block.
Let's see. If we're going to travel around the entire kingdom, then our next destination is the Rouen region. I wonder which route we should take to get there.
About that, so you're really not planning on using an airliner? I think it's going to be quite the detour if we head there on foot.
You remember what Shara said, right? We need to walk and actually see the places we protect first. Or was it Dad who said that?
Well, I guess since we have some time on our hands, it wouldn't be a bad thing to head there on foot. We could save the money it would cost to use an airliner.
Great idea! We could use the money we saved to go shopping at the Bose Market. After all, we didn't have the time to spend shopping around leisurely during the whole Sky Bandit mess, and then we could leave after that. So what do you think?
I don't care either way, but try not to waste too much money. Just so you know, in order to enter the Rouen region, we'll need to go through the Crone Pass to the west. Once you're done shopping, let's leave through the West Gate.
Okay, the West Gate, right?
Okay, so that's the only one, huh? Alright. Okay, so last time I was talking about how there was a bit of a civil war going on between, you know, 2 sides on the Trails fan base. I feel as if I should elaborate on that. I feel as if I did not do a good enough job explaining the point there. I finally made it back to my lovely home. After being locked up in a dank and dirty cell, my home feels like paradise. It looks like Murano picked up the slack while I was away, so it's time to get back to work.
My husband, who was abducted by the Sky Bandits, came home safely. I am so relieved, and thankful to the goddess Idios for a safe return. My bossy father made it back home in one piece. If I hadn't had to take care of his work, I could have been in Rouen by now.
But, yeah, so from what I can tell, both sides do have criticisms of the games they're not in support of, which I find kind of fascinating, actually.
Excuse me, you're Lana, right? Yes, that's right. Is there something I can help you with? Actually, we found a ring that looks something like the one mentioned in the job request at the guild. If we could, we'd like to have you take a look at it. Really? Truly?
Handed over jeweled ring.
Oh. Who would have ever thought this would have come back to me like this?
So there is no doubt that this is the ring that was stolen?
No, this is the one that was stolen, all right. It was a memento from my mother. I would know it anywhere. I see. It must be really important to you then, huh? Right? I'd almost believe that I would never see it again. I don't know how I can ever repay you for finding this. Teehee, I'm just glad we could help. So I guess our work is done here, unless there's something else. No, that's all. And once again, thank you for finding this for me.
Well then, if that's all, we'll leave you to your business.
Have a nice day.
So anyway, from what I can tell, and this is all just like, I wouldn't call it conjecture, but I mean, obviously, I clearly do not have all of the info here because this is like the first game I am playing in the series. So, stolen ring. Current rank is good work. It looks like humanity. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Okay, we did all the quests in bows. Great. That's great. I like it. Okay, let's check out the bows market. Oh, okay. Not that way. Shop. Let's see. So from what I can tell, the, Ooh, issue 4. Okay, yeah, no, I'll take it. Okay. Not gonna read these out loud anymore because it's murder on my voice. Or maybe I am... Case closed. Criminals caught. All hostages safely secured. Yeah, okay. Lind found in an abandoned mine. The Lind was found in an abandoned mine. Cargo had been looted. Put your hands in the air, came the cry. Bracers also play a crucial role. The handful. Mostly dodging the limelight in the project. Several hours, which is small war against them. Did really work, albeit by accident. Ringleader taken to Leiston Fortress. Friends and family. Duke Dunan. Ooh, that's interesting. Suffered a loss when Imperial Traveler / would-be musician bilked on paying his rather hefty bill. Okay, that was a good one. I like that. Let's see. Pawn thanks.
Now, what was I supposed to buy here? There was onions, carrots, and then, there was onions, carrots, and then... Was I supposed to get some kind of meat, too? Was it a duck? Am I supposed to get a duck?
Okay, so that's just an ingredient shop. And so is that. Don't know if it's because the crime wave has been stopped or what, but man, do our customers seem happy lately. Peace is the best for sure. Nothing beats it. Finally, we can stock up on our ingredients fairly, and I'll be able to work on those new menu items I've been dreaming up.
Hey, listen to this. The head chef actually told me to make today's soup. Looks like all my late nights of practicing soup making are about to pay off.
Okay, so anyway, like I was saying, from what I can tell, the fans of the later games in the series seem to think of these ones as just being like visual novels with a few action set pieces to break things up. Whereas fans of the older games tend to look at the new ones as if they're basically anime harem bullshit. I honestly couldn't be more grateful to you all than I am now. I just hope Mayor Maybell will consider putting down her work for a little while. Unfortunately, she's the type who adds more onto her plate whenever she finds she has a minute, and that's what has me worried.
It looks like Miss Maybell will finally be able to get a good night's rest. This is all thanks to you, so please allow me to express my sincere appreciation. Oh, are you all going somewhere? Yeah, we're getting ready to leave.
We appreciate your help.
Nonsense. I should be the one saying thank you. It would certainly be great if we had braces like you and bows all the time. I think you're giving us a little too much credit. There's no need to be modest, and I'd like you to let me thank you on behalf of the citizens of Bose. I am really grateful to the two of you. Mayor Maybell. Well, I guess it wouldn't be right of me to keep you any longer. Estelle and Joshua, please be careful in your travels. We will. You take care of yourself, Mayor Maybell. And don't work too hard either. Lila just lectured me about the same thing. I'll try and be more careful.
I hope we'll meet again sometime, but for now, it's farewell.
Ugh. Oof.
So this is chapter 2, huh? We finally made it. After all these years, and I mean that, literal years. Alright, so now we're heading to Rouen. We've done all of the side missions in Bose. We did one last... Well, actually, you know what? On second thought, let's head to the south block, actually. See if there's any more new upgrades or weapons I can do. Modify exchange, slot, Estelle. I can afford to open her last slot. Okay, great, groovy. What about Joshua? Oh, no, not quite. Oh well, at least Estelle's all done. We're going to up your attack. There. Okay, let's check out the weapons store.
The army returned my products, which were stolen by the Sky Bandits. Now I can finally settle down and get back to business as usual.
Let's see. Stun rod. Ooh. Okay, stun. I like stun rod. Stun rod looks pretty good. Kunai, dual razors. Okay, none of these are any. Hey, practice. How the hell did I end up with the practice weapon? No wonder she was so weak. How the hell did that happen? Someone, like, steal it from her or something? God. Alright. Let's make our first save file in Chapter 2. Well, we just do a little grinding. Dead. Dead.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I like where this is going. Ow. Ow. There.
Piece of cake.
Whoa, one-hit kill. I like it, I like it.
All right, we're good to go. All right, we're good good to go.
Okay, that was annoying. Okay, here we go. Ah, he's the water one, okay. Fine, I got water. There.
Piece of cake.
Good riddance. But yeah, no, I just think it's interesting how there is a bit of a disconnect in terms of... Man, I wanted to get that one from behind. Now I feel like an idiot. But yeah, like I said, it is interesting how there is a disconnect between both fans of the fan. Although honestly, saying that they're like two different factions within the fan base, it's really more like a 90-10 split, honestly. There.
All right, we're good to go.
Come on, I need some wind-based enemies so I can get Joshua another... Oh, hey. Found Tear Bomb. And let's read the chest. The chest has been cleaned out. Villainous. Yeah, like I was saying, I think it's interesting how there is a bit of a disconnect between, you know, these two factions. I mean, I haven't taken a side yet, obviously, you know, for obvious reasons, since this is literally the only game in the series I've played thus far, so... Oh, come on, how did you miss?
Piece of cake.
So really just taking any side in this... Monsters appeared, okay. Ow. Ow. How the hell are they getting like 100 turns now?
Not now.
Oh, come on!
We're good to go.
Not now.
Okay, let's try this again. Ah, crap.
Not now.
Seriously, why are they so quick?
Oh my god, I'm not getting any turns out of this. That was ridiculous. I got like no turns out of that. Alright. How the hell? Seriously, one hit kill that time? Are you serious? Okay. Oh my god, why did they all... Oh my god, give me a fucking turn! Give me a fucking Okay. I'm gonna try this one more time, and then I'm just gonna give up if I lose. Okay, I think I just realized something here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I made a mistake. I'm gonna try this again. Because I think I know the solution this time. Yeah, okay, I figured it out. Using magic was my mistake, so we'll just try again. Okay. All right. Seriously, why do they get to move so quick? Why? Why do they get to move so quickly? Why don't I get to move at all? Seriously, immediately! Immediately! They get to cast spells immediately! That's ridiculous. Yeah, fuck you. Fine. No, seriously, 2 turns in a row, though? That's a load of horseshit is what that is.
Fuck you, you're dead. There, we did it. Finally. 4 experience points. 4 experience points. Found a pearl earring. What did you expect to find in here? 4 fucking... Okay, what does it... Okay, prevents seal. Okay, that's cool. Alright, we're gonna upgrade Joshua's HP, I guess. Ow. Ow. There. Good riddance.
Piece of cake.
Olive oil, huh? Alright. Okay. You know what? We're gonna look and see. Okay, we can in fact make... Okay, cool. And we're at the Crone Pass. Man, it looks like we finally made it. So is that building supposed to be the checkpoint?
It seems like it to me. Once we pass through there, we'll be in the Rouen region. But unfortunately, it's almost sundown. Maybe we should ask them to let us stay here for the night.
I guess we could do that. But we've also got the option to hurry down through the pass and rest in at the foot of the mountain, right?
Crossing through the pass at night would be dangerous. With our field of vision limited, we would be on bad footing. There's also the possibility we could fall off a cliff if we were attacked by nocturnal monsters. I wouldn't recommend it.
You're right. I guess it could be pretty dangerous. Looks like all we can do is explain our situation to the soldiers at the checkpoint. Northeast, Bose City, 441 Selga. Southwest, Rouen City, 669 Selga. Minoria Village, 357 Selga.
Well, this is unusual. We don't get many travelers at this hour. Did you get lost hiking along the trail?
No, not exactly. We're bracers, just so you know. Estelle showed the soldier her junior bracer emblem.
Wow, I'm surprised to see that someone your age is a bracer. So are you here with work then? No, actually, we're traveling around the kingdom to become senior bracers.
And so we figured we'd travel on foot to get in some training instead of using an airliner.
You're going to travel the whole kingdom on foot? Maybe it has to do with being young, but kids are certainly fired up these days.
Maybe that's a bit of an overstatement.
But I'm going to have to tell you that trying to head down through the pass now would be suicide. Recently, we've had an untold number of monsters appearing in the area. It's quite peculiar, really. We've got a rest stop for travelers, so it would be best to stay here for the night. Stay there for the night.
Sweet! Thanks a bunch!
This will really help us out a lot. Don't mention it. Just talk to the chief warrant officer when you're ready to hit the sec. He's in the guard station straight ahead. What's wrong? You're welcome to go in. If you feel like taking a rest, please let the chief know.
Kind of want to see if there's anything else here. Okay, nothing there. Whoa, that was cool. Ooh, okay. Bedroom. Oh.
Huh? And you are? We apologize for intruding at this hour, but we were actually wondering.
Joshua explained the situation and asked if they could stay the night. Estelle tried to make her eyes as large and yearning as she could in the hopes of scoring some free food as well.
I see. Well, that's no problem. I can see from the emblem that you're bracers. Feel free to use the room next to here.
We really appreciate this, sir.
It's almost time for me to go on duty. I better hurry up and eat while I can. Since this place is at such a high altitude, it gets really cold after dark. Oh, okay. Huh? What are you kids doing hiking at a time like this? It's pretty cold out there, huh?
So this is the room for travelers, huh?
Yeah, let's get that fireplace on, shall we?
Ah, it's so nice and warm. But you know, wood stoves just feel so much more cozy than these things.
Yeah, I agree. Orphan stoves may heat up quickly, and they're certainly efficient, but they can't compare with the feel of a real wood-burning stove.
True, but these ones are much easier to use.
Hey, I'm sorry to bother you. I heard from the chief that you'll be staying the night. If you need anything for dinner, we'll be happy to share what we have with you if you'd like.
Really?
That would be wonderful, thanks. No worries. After the airliners went into service, the number of travelers coming through here drastically decreased. Honestly, with all the free time we've got, we welcome any guests coming through here.
Well, in that case, we'll really make sure to eat up.
All right then, give us a little time to get supper in order. And full disclosure here, I think it's Usher's night to cook, so I hope your stomachs aren't delicate.
There sure was a lot of rivalry going on over the Sky Bandit incident, but there are quite a few nice soldiers once you start to talk to them on a personal level.
Yeah, that's true. Although I think Liberal is probably about the only place you're going to find nice soldiers.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Don't take me too seriously. I was just thinking out loud. In the meantime, let's put our bags down somewhere.
Oh man, I'm so stuffed. You said not to expect much, but the food was pretty good, didn't you think?
Yeah, it was certainly like nothing I've ever had before. Excuse me for disturbing you.
Oh sir, the meal was delicious. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you. Really? You must have taste buds of iron, too. I mean, I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it. Anyway, we've had another guest arrive, so if it's not too much trouble, could you two share the same room? Another guest in the middle of the night like this?
They must have some serious guts to be hiking around in the mountains at this hour. But no, we don't mind. It's not like we're paying to stay here either.
I really appreciate that. He's actually in the same line of work as the both of you, so I'm sure you'll get along just fine. Please tell me it's Agate.
Huh?
The same line of work? I knew I'd seen that you two somewhere before.
It's Agate! Or Agate. You're...
The heavy blade Agate.
Oh, so you know each other already, huh? By the way, Agate, what do you plan to do about dinner? I appreciate the invitation, but I had something before coming up here. All I need is somewhere to crash for the night.
Understood. Go ahead and divide up the beds amongst yourselves. All right, good night.
Now, if I remember right, weren't you Cassius's kids? What are you doing sleeping in a place like this? And what happened to Sherazard?
Shara returned to Roland. Now it's just the two of us traveling together.
We're thinking of making our way around the kingdom in order to become senior bracers. We're going to see the places that we want to protect and train so that we can do just that.
Senior bracers? Traveling the entire kingdom on foot? You two are really a bunch of carefree brats, aren't you?
What did you just call us?
There's no way the two of you are going to simply become senior bracers. Use your brains and think about it for a moment.
Say what you want, but we helped in the arrest of the Sky Bandits. We've even got some recommendations, so quit treating us like we're a bunch of kids.
Oh, that? I heard all about it from Old Man Lugren. All right, let me put it to you this way. Suppose you had been the only ones there. Do you think you could have solved the incident? Just you two alone, without Sherazard's help?
Well,
I think it would have been very difficult.
That's pretty obvious when you think about it, huh? You two are newbies and little brats, to say the least. Not to mention you're lacking in strength and experience. You don't have the ability to make quick, sound judgments. If you get all caught up in yourselves and forget that, one of these days you're going to get the rug pulled out from under you.
we're not all caught up in ourselves. How about yourself, Mr. Macho Man? What were you thinking trying to hike through the pass at this hour of the night? You're either playing careless, or maybe that bandana's just a little too tight.
Watch your mouth, brat. I'm trying to hone my skills, unlike you amateurs. And besides, I'm here for work. Don't try and compare my actions with your tourist training.
Work for the guild?
Yeah, that's right. The work your old man forced on me.
Huh?
Dad pushed his work onto you?
Forget about it. I've got an early day ahead of me, so I need to get some rest. You two quit talking and get some sleep, too.
Huh? He just avoided finishing the conversation. That was bad. That was a badass animation, though.
Well, he did drop a tidbit about Dad. That's something, at least.
Enough already, you two. Just shut the hell up and let me sleep. And you better stop poking around where you shouldn't, or you're gonna get burned. Instead, why don't you get your behinds over to Rouen and do some jobs listed on the bulletin board? That's far better suited for the likes of you.
Hey!
It looks like he's asleep. And just as quickly as someone I know.
Don't you even dare suggest that I'm anything like this jerk. What's his deal, anyway? Seems to me like all he's trying to do is pick a fight.
Relax, Estelle. It's true, we're still just novices at this. It could be that he just said that to us because he was worried about us.
Do you really think so, Joshua?
I wish I could say for sure, but I don't know. But he definitely did get one thing right. We should turn in for the night. We've still got to hike down through the pass tomorrow.
I'm all riled up now, but I guess there's nothing to be done about it. Unless we doodle on this jerk's face and then go to sleep. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't wake up with the way he's snoring.
Don't even think about it.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm ready to take over for you. Oh, is it that time already? Really makes me wonder if anyone really needs to stand guard with nobody coming through here. Don't you think it'd be better if we just kept the gate locked at night, all night? Unfortunately, rules are rules, and it's our job to follow them. We just got over the Sky Bandit mess, and now things seem to be going downhill.
What's the matter? Did you hear something? It sounds like some rustling leaves. You sure it's not just the wind?
Monsters!
What the? A pack of wolves? You gotta be kidding me.
What was that?
Sounds like something's going on.
I'm going to check it out. You two stay here.
Now just you wait a minute.
I think we'd better go see for ourselves just in case.
Of course that's what we should do.
Wolves!
This is bad news. You better hurry and back them up.
Hey, forget it, you kids.
Why are you trying to stop us from helping? You call yourself a bracer?
Don't get me wrong. It's just that it's the Army's job to protect the checkpoint, not yours. These guys are well trained, so they should be able to take care of them in no time. You'd just be getting in the way.
But I'm pretty sure we could.
It's just like he says. This is our job. Now get back inside, you three.
But
Crap.
what the heck's going on here?
Estelle, the other side. It seems like something's happening on the Rouen side of the checkpoint.
What?
Oh.
Incredible!
He's even stronger than the rumors suggest.
Ha! So you intend to surround me, huh? You're pretty clever for a bunch of mutts.
We've got you covered.
Hey, get back inside.
You can't stop us from helping you out.
We'll try to help you out without getting in the way.
Fine, whatever. Just make sure not to get caught beneath my heavy blade. We have a new party member, people. This is not a drill. Okay. Doggos. Oh.
Wait, you are not nearly as strong as you. You are not nearly as strong as that cutscene led me to believe. I'm a little disappointed actually. Wait, attack Doberman. I thought these were wolves. They're Dobermans? Dobermans aren't wolves. Quit messing with my head. Okay, that was pretty cool, actually.
All right, we're good to go.
Wait, he's level 22? Really? Shit.
It looks like we managed to take care of them all. Yeah, there were a lot of them, and they were pretty formidable.
It looks like you handled yourselves better than I would have expected. But then again, maybe it's only natural if you learn the basics from your old man.
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. I mean, you did well, for newbies. You're still a heck of a long way off from becoming senior bracers, though. Hey, was everything okay over here? Yeah, it's all good. We took care of every last one of them. How's your injured guy?
Luckily, he just suffered a few minor cuts and bruises. I'm just glad that you happened to be here.
I should have expected as much from the heavy blade agate.
Agate? I didn't do much, and these kids didn't do a half-bad job either.
Is that so? Well, thanks to you twos then.
Sure.
Well, we intend to patrol the area, just in case. How about you guys get inside and get some rest? We'll do that, but you be careful. Alright, I guess it's time for me to get back to bed. We shouldn't have to worry about any other dangers tonight, so you two be good kids and get some sleep.
Ha! Am I imagining things, or did he just give us a compliment?
He may have recognized our ability. Maybe he's a lot more straightforward than we made him out to be.
I don't know about that, but he certainly talks big, that's for sure.
Estelle, wake up!
Come on, can't a woman have her beauty sleep? Huh? Joshua? Is it already time to go to the guild?
What are you talking about? This is the Crone Pass checkpoint.
Oh, right. We had that monster scare last night and... Huh? Where'd the red-headed jerk go?
It looks like he took off early this morning. Apparently he had an urgent job to attend to.
Oh. And after we helped him fend off those monsters last night, too. How rude of him not to say anything before leaving.
It's not that big of a deal, Estelle. How about we get ready ourselves? I'd like to make it through the pass by noon.
All right. It's off to Rouen we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to yourselves as well. Thanks for helping us out the way you did last night.
We didn't do much. How about you guys? Did you run into any trouble patrolling the area after that?
Nope, everything was fine, like on any normal night. I tell you what, though, that was rather strange.
Strange? What was?
You know how the lights along the roads and at the checkpoints have the ability to ward off monsters, right? Well, even if there were monsters that approached the checkpoint, they wouldn't be any more than 2 or 3 in number. So yesterday was the first time I've ever seen them come in a large pack like that.
Yeah, that was rather strange now that you mention it.
Then again, these monsters were small change when compared with the Imperial Army. We should probably just consider it good training in protecting our base of operations.
Is that really the issue here?
For us, that's all we're really concerned about. Protecting the checkpoint is paramount. We'll leave figuring out what the monsters were thinking up to you bracers. Now getting back on topic, you guys are heading over to Rouen, right? Are you ready to fill out the paperwork for your gate pass?
Fill out paperwork. Not yet.
Let me know when you're done making preparations. Good morning. Were you able to sleep well? Thanks for lending us a hand like you did last night.
Oh, wow. That monster got me good.
Ooh-wee.
Hey there. Thanks again for your help with the wolves last night. You may be young, but you're bracers. I should know better than to underestimate you guys. That was excellent work you made of those monsters. Okay, well, I guess I checked everything out, so... So you want to fill out some... Okay. Yes, thank you. Estelle and Joshua filled out the paperwork to enter the Rouen region. Well, that's that. It looks like you're done here. Enjoy your travels in Rouen. The warrant officer operated the gate. Welcome to the Rouen region. Blue oceans and white magnolias await you. That reminds me, you'll be heading to Rouen City, right?
Yep, that was the plan. Why?
Well, just make sure to report to the guild concerning the incident that happened up here last night. There will be a payment there from the army for helping us out.
Really?
Yeah, but you're going to have to divvy your spoils with the gate. All right, enjoy yourselves and good luck in your endeavor to become senior bracers.
Thanks.
We really appreciate everything you've done for us. The attack on the checkpoint last night was good practice. I guess I should be better prepared for an emergency, both in body and mind. Southwest, okay. Grand City, northeast. East, east. Okay, more Crone Trail. Oh, hey. EP charge, and this situation seems familiar somehow. But yeah, honestly, I'd been wanting to stream more Falcom games, so this honestly feels like a... Oh, I was the one getting the surprise attack. Okay, fine. Oh man, they cursed me so I can't move. Dick move, game. Dick move. Oh, now he's the cursed one. Okay, fine. Airstrike. And good night, Irene. Come on, give me some green. But yeah, as I was saying, I did really want to stream more Falcom games in the future. But, I mean, the real problem with that is that most of the ones I have, I just sort of want to play on my own, so... yeah, it just feels a little pointless to do something like that. So, this feels like a good compromise, honestly. I mean, honestly, part of me is slightly Okay, that's not fair. That's just not fair right there is what that is.
Alright, we're good to go.
Wow, I'm actually really close to leveling up again.
Wow. Estelle? Hey, Joshua, check it out. It's the ocean.
Yes, I think I would have figured that out.
It's so blue and sparkly and just huge. And the sound of the waves and the smell of the tide. So this is what it all feels like.
Is this the first time you've ever seen the ocean?
Well, I can kind of sort of remember seeing it when I was really young. I was on an ocean liner with Dad that one time. This might be the first time I've seen it up close, though.
I see. It's been a long while for me as well. We got here by walking, though. No ship this time.
Yep, I feel like we've accomplished something.
But I mean, honestly, I'm kind of considering doing. So, like I was discussing in a previous stream, how there is the Gag Harv trilogy, which are like 3 games from the Legend of Heroes series. Basically, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th games in the series. And I actually do own the PSP versions, which are apparently significantly different from the original releases. And from what I hear, they're actually kind of inferior. I'm hoping that if someone actually decides to... Oh, dick move. But if someone actually decides to translate the Windows PC versions and... ooh, Joshua learned Taunt. Well, learn Taunt. Well, that's not good. Monsters appear... God damn it, I got tricked. Alright. Well, at least there's only... Okay, what do we got here? Okay, water spells. Good. I can live with that. I have water spells, so I can... Whoa, extinguished. Hello! That was like way easier than I would have expected. Found Lily necklace. The chest is as empty as your thieving heart. Lily necklace. Prevents... Confuse... Okay. But I mean, personally, I would like to play the PC versions on my own, but I am... I am almost just considering streaming the PSP version someday. The only problem with that is that I do not want that to be the first way I experience those games. So I would not... Okay, oh, Noria Village and... Oh, there's a lighthouse here. Let's go check out the lighthouse. So, I mean, this would be, like, way down the line, if anything. If it ever happens at all, basically. Which I get that sounds kind of like a lame sort of thing to talk about, then, if I'm not intending on doing it immediately. But it is something to at least think about, right? Okay, Vereen... What to do, what to do. I wouldn't feel right leaving the lighthouse unattended to go get help. But on the other hand, I can't very well leave things as they are either. My, who have we here? What brings you to the Vereen Lighthouse?
Nothing much, just looking around. How about you?
Why, I belong here. I'm the lighthouse keeper, you see. Though I must say, it's not an easy task maintaining a lighthouse of this size.
Something wrong?
That emblem on your chest wouldn't happen to be...
Oh, that? Yeah, we're bracers.
Junior bracers at any rate. Well, why didn't you say so earlier? Y'all should rush to the assistance of an octogenarian in need and not pretend like you didn't notice his forlorn expression.
What? What are you talking about, old man? Why didn't you say anything to us?
Because you didn't ask. Shouldn't the first words out of your mouth as bracers be something like, "Are you in need of any assistance, my elderly friend?" I tell you, young bracers these days are all fight, no care. Where's the love? Where's the compassion? Y'all are worlds apart from that manly bracer I worked with before. Now that was a bracer you could set your clocks by, yes sirree. I reckon that was 7 years ago? 8 perhaps? However long ago it was, he was better than you two.
Well, I can't tell you how much I'm simply loving this abusive lecture of yours. You were saying something about needing assistance?
I was? Oh, right. Yes, dire need indeed. You see, I was out cutting the grass earlier, and silly me, I forgot to shut the door when I left. And wouldn't you know it, by the time I got back, there were monsters! Monsters all over the place! And with monsters skittering about, I daren't go back in there. I'm not that senile yet.
So basically, you want us to exterminate the monsters, right?
That's the idea, yes. Don't know how many of them there are, though, so try not to die, alright?
Okay, we'll definitely do that. I do have to wonder, though, why monsters would wander into a lighthouse.
They're probably drawn to the septium. That light is produced by a particularly large orbment, as you might imagine. Spot on, whippersnapper! When this happened before, the monsters were all gathered together at the top.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Well, if it makes sense, then get going, girl. Use that brutish body of yours and show those monsters what's what.
Help the old man.
You bet. Let's do it to it.
It's almost inspection time, so please take care of these things as quickly as you can, okay? And make sure you don't let your guard down. Those things are pretty nimble. Understood.
I'm ready. Let's do this thing.
Okay, so they're... Oh, wow. Okay, I don't like that. What the hell? Oh my god, are you serious? Oh, come on! Ah, that is not fair. Okay. So... Got him. Okay. Doing much better this time around. What the? Seriously, why are they getting so many fucking turns? Thank you. Oh, fuck you! Fuck off with that shit. Okay, well, alright, fine then. There.
All right, we're good to go.
Okay, well, at least we got something out of that. Alright, healing items. Okay, Estelle, wakey wakey, eggs and bakey. Okay. There. There.
That's that. Let's move out.
Ah, so I know Joshua was the one in the lead, huh? I probably should have healed before this. Oh well. Damn it. Damn it. Oh god. Okay, yeah, no, I... At least I killed one of them.
We're good to go.
Okay, double team him. And got him.
Way cool.
Got him. Okay, that's one. And there we go. Defeated all the monsters. Actually, I just want to check out the top here, then. Wait, what? Danger! Unauthorized personnel prohibited. Ow. Well, that's boring. At least I got a whole bunch of green, what am I saying? Green septiums out of this. Septimas, or...
How did the monster busting go?
Sticking a fork in it, old man, because this job is done.
The monsters have all been taken care of. Everything should be back to normal in there now. Oh my, that's splendid news. Finally, I can put my mind at ease. Thank you all for your hard work. And don't forget, as you flex your bracer muscles in the future, to flex hardest the strongest muscle of them all, the caring muscle.
We certainly will try to do that. You take care as well, you old fossil.
If you'll excuse us. Hey, just what do you think you're doing?
Huh?
Aren't y'all forgetting something?
Huh? I don't think so.
What is there anything else we can do for you before we go, my good man? I'm not hearing it. Observe my mouth and mimic its movements. Is there anything else we can do? You get the picture? It's proper etiquette, nay, proper caring to check with your client to ensure there are no other issues. That dashing young lad who helped me before certainly knew how to leave a good impression. Y'all could have learned a thing or two from him. Hard to believe you're in the same organization that he was. Like comparing palms to a dragon.
You're really trying my patience, you old windbag. If that dashing young man was really Idios's gift to bracers, then why don't you give us a few pointers? Tell us more about this man crush of yours so we can better ourselves in his image and get you off our backs.
Oh, he's just a dapper fellow who came to lend me a hand 7 or 8 years ago. But what a man he was. Far different from you, girl, that's for sure. He was a real bracer, not some cheap imitation. In fact, the only way in which I could possibly compare the two of you would be hair color, I suppose. The same sort of reddish brown. Exact same, in fact. And looking closely, I'd say the color of your eyes is about the same, too.
Reddish brown hair and the same color eyes as Estelle? Wait, are you talking about...
I was really hoping you'd be just like him when you said y'all were bracers. But I guess that was just wishful thinking. I doubt anyone could be as amazing as that man was. Can't hurt to try, though. Be diligent, and maybe you'll be a real bracer one day yourself. And even if you're not dashing, you did help me out, and I am truly grateful. Always remember to care for your clients, and you'll do fine.
So, what do you think? Was he talking about...
Yeah, I couldn't help but read into it myself. 7 or 8 years ago would be right on the money.
So he was talking about our dad then, right?
I think so. If so, though, then of course we're not going to measure up.
Yeah, seriously. I guess we are bracers like him now, so it's kind of flattering in a way to be compared to him at all.
If we want to make names for ourselves like him, though, we really need to take it one step at a time. Catch up bit by bit, day by day. But even then, I think he's a little out of our league.
Yeah, maybe. But I can only believe that one day we'll totally outclass him. I mean, we pretty much rule. Anyway, we'd best get going. There's no time to be horsing around. If we're going to be world-class bracers, we gotta get moving.
You're absolutely right. Let's hit the road and see where it takes us.
Quest, Lighthouse Monsters completed. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe one day I will do those PSP Gag Harv games. I mean, it'd be kind of fun, to some extent, right? I don't know who I'm talking to. Okay, well, let's go to Manoria Village and... guess we'll check things out there and then maybe call it a... And good riddance. Why do I have so many reds? Why do I have so many fucking red ones? Oh, Manoria Village, huh? Alright, cool. We made it.
Civilization at last. And with all these pretty white flowers blooming everywhere, too. What did you say this place was called?
Manoria. It's a little seaside village with an inn. And the white flowers are a type of hibiscus.
They're so pretty. The ocean and the flowers together. It smells great around here. It also makes me kind of hungry.
Only you could work up an appetite from smelling flowers. Just make sure you eat the food, not the flowers.
Hey, I'm a growing girl. It's almost noon anyway, so what would you say to lunch?
Fine by me, but do we have any provisions?
Why don't we get something local? It's such a nice, quiet little town. I mean, we just got to Rouen.
That's true. Okay, let's check out the inn and the tavern.
I guess I should also discuss some of the... Oh, hey, look, a little girl.
You guys travelers, I live over at the inn. You ought to stop in if you have time.
Stop in at the inn. I like that. I wonder if there's any fishing places in this oceanside village. I guess that's the inn. Oh, okay, that's the restaurant and inn. Ooh, shop. Okay, flower shop. Oh, okay. Bear claw. Or bear claw. Man, bear claws are cheap here. Ooh, general goods store.
you got for me here?
My granddaughter, Sadie, really is the sweetest girl. Her parents left to find work, but Sadie stays here to be with me. I'm truly grateful.
Oh, that's the exit. We don't want to go there just yet. But yeah, there are also a couple of spin-off games in this series. There's Nayuta no Kiseki, or as it is going to be known when it makes its Western debut, The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Trails, which was a great idea for a name, honestly, because it's... The name itself in the original Japanese, Nayuta no Kiseki, is actually a play on words, because Nayuta is the character's name, the main character's name in it, and also a word that sort of means like infinite or, you know, something along those lines, I believe. So going for, you know, The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Trails was a brilliant idea on Nisa's part, I'd say. And there's also a MMO, I believe, or perhaps it was a browser-based game called, I believe it was Akatsuki no Kiseki, which I guess would be Trails of the Red Moon. Doubt that'll ever get translated, though.
Zach was fired from his job in Rouen, so he came back here. I have to wonder if he ever puts any thought into his future. His big sister is always worried about him.
I used to work at the harbor in Rouen, but I came back to the village at my birth. I'll probably wind up settling down right where I was born and raised. The only downside is that my oh-so-delightful sister is here.
How are you, travelers? If you're looking for a place to eat, then I'd suggest you try the White Magnolia. They've got good food and you get a fair amount for your money. It's worth checking out.
Ah, more travelers. Welcome to Minoria. At one time, this village was quite renowned for its inn, but with the advent of airships, we've seen far less traffic. Nowadays, we survive only because of the famous flowers.
So yeah, that's pretty much the Trails series in a nutshell, then. Or at least what we've got so far.
We're all woodsmen, hikers, and mountain nuts here. We came to Minoria so we could do a little climbing in the Crone Mountains.
We're self-proclaimed mountaineers. I know Minoria is the best place to set up a trek up the Crone Mountains. We're just trying to get everything we need to make the climb safely.
Ooh, Die Hard Paella. And we learned the recipe for it. Yay! Plucked. Okay, we have a, our first repeat, I think.
Welcome. Care for some food? We'd be happy to have you. I make it all myself with the help of my husband, and I'm quite confident you'll love every bite.
Welcome to the White Magnolia. I don't recall seeing you before. Are you here on vacation?
No, we're just passing through on our way to Rouen.
We came from Bose by way of the Crone Pass. You're joking! Wow, I never thought I'd meet another person brave enough to handle that place in this day and age. You're into hiking, I assume.
No, not especially. It sure works up an appetite, though.
Is there anything you'd particularly recommend? Oh, yes, I'd suggest trying the box lunch.
What's that?
That windmill at the edge of town has a platform with a great view. Every day at lunch, lots of people buy them and take them there to eat.
Oh, that might be nice. From what you're saying, it sounds like something I'd like.
Well, why don't we try it? What kind of box lunches are there? Well, there's the smoked ham sandwich and the seafood paella. Either would be good in my opinion.
I think I'll try the sandwich.
Then I'll have the seafood paella. Thank you. That'll be 120 mira. Bye. Receive special box lunch. And I'll throw in some herb tea at no charge. It's my specialty.
Thanks.
Want to go over to the viewing platform?
Sure.
Okay, so, here we go.
I've already checked here. He's not in the general store either. Damn, where could he be? Get a move on, Joshua!
Well, Estelle, watch where you're going, or...
Ack! Oof! Ow! I'm sorry, are you okay? I wasn't paying attention to where it was going and... No, it's all right. Pardon me. I confess my attention was elsewhere as well. Oh, okay. I guess we're even.
I swear, Estelle, what are you doing? Huh?
Huh? What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm sorry if she disturbed you. You're not hurt, I hope.
No, I'm fine. I was looking for someone, and I wasn't watching where I was going. Oh, who are you looking for? A little boy about 10 years old wearing a cap. I don't suppose you've seen him by any chance. A boy in a cap. You see anyone like that, Joshua?
Not that I can recall, no.
I see. Where could he be? If you'll excuse me, sorry to have caused you any trouble. Joshua? Hello, calling Joshua. Come in, Joshua.
Oh, what is it?
Gee, I wonder. Oh, I get it. I see what's going on.
What half-baked idea are you cooking up this time?
Now, there's no need to be shy about it. I see the way she's set your heart aflutter.
Absolutely not. I just think I've met her before. A long time ago. I was just surprised.
Met her before, you say? As pickup lines go, I give it 30 points.
Moving on. Don't you recognize her uniform?
Now that you mention it, isn't that the same outfit that Josette used as a disguise?
Yep, the Genis Royal Academy uniform. Since we're in Rouen, it's not all that surprising to see someone wearing one.
Ah, so that's the real thing, huh? She seemed polite and smart, and refined. Totally different from that scruffy, crude pretender, in other words.
What are you talking about? Josette had you completely fooled from the get-go. Oh, that's right. You teased me about it then, too. Well, if you get taken for a fool again, don't expect me to help you. Grr. Instead of picking on me, why not work on becoming a better judge of character?
All right. Fine, I won't pick on you anymore.
Good. Now, why don't we go have lunch up on the viewing platform?
Fine.
Where's that viewing platform? Oh wait, it was over... Oh, here we go.
Wow, check out this view.
Yep, you can practically see the entire ocean from here.
Getting to eat at a nice place like this really makes it feel like you're living it up, huh?
It sure does. So, shall we have ourselves a little picnic then?
Sure, I'm starving. Get a load of this smoked ham sandwich. It smells so good.
I'm looking forward to eating my seafood paella, personally. I love the smell of saffron.
Well, let's dig in.
Yes, let's.
Time for that first bite.
Chop much too. Gulp.
Wow, it's as good as it smells. The lettuce is super fresh and crunchy.
The paella is really good too. Just the right amount of saffron. My compliments to the chef.
Hey, can I have a bite? I've never tried paella before.
All right, how about we share?
But my hands are full. I know, you can feed me.
Feed you?
Yep.
This is a little embarrassing.
Oh, it's fine. It's not like anyone's watching. Unless you can let loose, you'll never enjoy it.
It's not being seen that makes it embarrassing. I don't have much of a choice here, do I?
Joshua fed Estelle a bite of the paella. Munch chew, gulp.
Delicious. That's some pretty fantastic seafood. I don't know what that sweet peppery smell is, but it really adds something.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, I'm being selfish, aren't I? Okay, give this a try.
Estelle pushed her sandwich into Joshua's mouth, perhaps a little too enthusiastically.
That's pretty tasty, but you really didn't have to do that, you know.
I know. That hit the spot.
The herbal tea we got with our meals was pretty good.
Yeah, it was nice and warming without sitting all heavy. The breeze is so nice. It makes me kind of sleepy.
Then they say you shouldn't sleep right after eating, but maybe a little post-meal nap isn't so bad, in moderation.
Yeah. Huh?
It's a bird!
Hey, did you see that bird? It looked like a seagull, except it was huge.
Yeah, the wings were a different shape and the beak was sharp. Maybe it was a falcon or an eagle.
A white falcon? didn't know they made them in that color. I wonder if it's a sign of good fortune in our future.
Haha, that would be nice. Hey, I thought you were sleepy.
Oh, not anymore, I guess.
Maybe we should get going then? I'd like to check in with the Ruanian Guild branch and get all our paperwork squared away.
All right. Okay, I hate to leave, but I guess we have to.
Yep, here we go.
Ow! Whoa! Today must be my day for just randomly running into people. Sorry about that. I'm just looking for someone. Say, you're not from around here, are you? Nope. We're from out of town. Hey, aren't you... What? We ran into a girl who said she was looking for a boy who was wearing a cap. You know anything about that? Oh, I'm looking for her, actually. Where'd you see her? Over by the tavern. It was a little while ago, though, so I'm not sure where she went. Would you like us to help you search? No, that's okay. I'm pretty sure I can find her. Okay, bye!
Look at him go.
That kid seems pretty energetic. It reminds me a little of Luke back in Roland. Wonder what the kids are up to now. What's wrong?
It might just be my imagination, but have you lost anything?
Lost what?
Anything you're wearing, like a money pouch or something.
Why are you asking all of a sudden? Let's see. Pouch, check. Hairbands, check. Bracer emblem.
I knew it.
What the? Where is it? Did I drop it on the mountain pass or something?
Calm down. I remember that you had it when we were eating lunch. If you lost it, it has to be somewhere around here.
The kid saw it.
But where around here? Oh, no way.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It was probably that kid. I'll bet it happened when he accidentally ran into you.
What? Why would he want my bracer emblem?
What reason does a kid have for wanting anything? He probably just took it because he could. Grr.
Oh, he is in so much trouble. Once I get my hands on him, he's gonna get the spanking of his life.
Now calm down. For now, let's focus on figuring out where he is.
Okay, so he went like this away, and then...
Hey, what's wrong? I have a question for you. You haven't seen a little boy in a cap around here, have you? Let me think. Was he a student's guest at the Royal Academy? Yes, actually.
Do you know the boy?
He's not from this town. I think he's one of the orphans. Huh? From Mercia Orphanage. A woman called Matron Teresa is the administrator. She takes in kids who've lost their parents. It's just off the Gull's Seaside Way to the east, so the kid lives there.
Let's go check it out.
You really think that getting a preemptive strike would give me more moves? Oh no. Oh, that's... I don't like the looks of this sucker. Okay, let's use some magic. Let's see. Okay, so maybe not use magic. Oh. Oh. Oh.
That's that. Let's move out.
He was actually a lot weaker than I was expecting him to be. Land shark. Land shark. Oh, crocodile. And good riddance. Ow. Ow. Drink the herbal tea. Man,
that we're all missing today.
That's that. Let's move out.
Got a fish egg out of that. Ooh. Found tear bomb. Fill this chest with your tears because it is empty! Wait, am I just Wait, it's letting me walk through the water like it's nothing. Oh. Okay, ah, crap. Oh, come on.
We're good to go.
Oh, come on! That's not fine.
Piece of cake.
Well, at least we haven't, like, quite caught up yet. Alright, let's... Okay, well, at least I can make that in good supply. North, Mercia Orphanage.
Looks like it's up ahead.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Estelle?
Okay, that settles it. The situation has nothing to do with it. It's not okay to take things from people. When we find him, we need to punish him.
Leave it to you to get all worked up over it. But for right now, you just need to settle down, okay?
Okay, we'll finish up tonight's session by getting my badge back.
I swear, Clam, where did you go? Miss Chloe's is gonna be worried about you. No, she won't. Not after I show her this the awesome thing I got. What'd you get, Clam? Now, don't freak out or anything. I just borrowed it from some crazy lady I ran into. Who are you calling crazy? What? Heck! What are you doing here? I'm a bracer. Give me a little credit. Wherever a delinquent like you goes, we'll figure it out in no time. Damn it! Well, you're not catching me. Hey, get back here!
What? Okay, this is I love this pantomime.
Hey, mister, what's going on? Did Clam do something bad again?
Sorry to barge in like this.
Damn it, let me go! Let me go! Let go. I'll sue you for child abuse. You're a real brat, you know that? Now give me back my emblem. You got no proof I took it. Well, you're right on that one, but that's nothing a quick search won't fix. Yeah! Hey, cut it out. That tickles. Pervert. Abuse. Come on, just give it up and hand over what you took. Sieg! What? What the hell was that? Get away from the boy. Lay another hand on him and you'll have me to Huh? Hey, you're that... I remember you from Minoria. Scree? Help me, Miss Chloe. I didn't do anything and she's being mean to me. Didn't do anything, my butt. You stole my emblem. Heh, so where's your proof? And no tickling this time. Grr.
Hey, we meet again.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry. I thought for sure that a thief had broken in. I assume there's a reason for all this. There sure is, Miss Chloe. Clam was being bad again. Hey, is the apple pie ready yet? You'll have to wait a little longer. It still needs time to bake. You friggin' brat! Child abuser! When are you gonna grow up, Clam? Is the pie done yet?
This has gotten out of hand.
Oh, yes, I suppose it has. Scree! My, what's all this, the noise? Matron Theresa. I don't know the full story, but it sounds like Clem's been up to no good. Hey, no fair! I didn't do anything! The pervert lady just says I did! Who you calling a pervert? Oh dear, this won't do. Clem, did you really not do anything? Of course not! Do you swear to Idios? I swear! I see. It's just that you dropped some kind of badge in the nursery earlier. That wasn't yours, was it? But it was in my pants pocket. I told you! Oh my.
Nicely done.
Clem, no more excuses. Give her back what you stole. All right, I'll give it back, so just drop it.
Clem tossed the emblem over to Estelle.
Whoa. Heh, I'm out of here. Clem! It's all right. He'll be back when he starts getting cold. More to the point, why is everyone standing around? Why don't you tell me the whole story over a cup of tea?
Estelle introduced herself and explained about the recent events over a veritable feast of tea and pie.
I see. He really isn't a mean-spirited child, but he can be quite the little trickster. As his guardian, I must apologize. I am truly sorry. Oh, it's okay. I got my emblem back. Plus, I got some tasty herbal tea and an apple pie out of it, so we're square. Thank you both.
The tea was really the best part, though. It's just like the kind they brew in the tavern. Is it grown locally?
Yes, gardening is one of my hobbies, actually. I give some to the barkeep whenever I have extra. Neat! I'm gonna have to give my vote to the apple pie, though. It was just plain amazing. Well, I can't take credit for that. She made it. She? Who? You, Chloe? This is still so embarrassing. I was really rude earlier. To think I could be so mistaken. Oh, don't worry about it. Apple pie heals all wounds. Or something like that. Besides, I wasn't acting like any kind of saint myself. That white hawk sure surprised the hell out of me, though. Oh, that was Zieg. He's a Gryfalcon.
A Gryfalcon? That's Liberal's natural bird, isn't it? You seemed really comfortable with him. Is he your pet?
No, I don't keep him. He's a close friend, though. Wow, his friends go. He's pretty awesome. That reminds me, aren't you a student at the Royal Academy? But you live here? No, I stay in the girls' dorm on campus. It's not that far away, so I like to come and visit when I can. I sometimes worry I might be kind of a bother, though. Oh dear, please don't think that. You're always so helpful when you come by, and the children are always happy to see you. Matron, I personally worry that you might be neglecting your duties at school in favor of us. I know that's a silly concern to have about you. I won't let you down. You live on campus, huh? I've always kind of wanted to know what that was like.
I imagine that we got a weekly taste of it at the church lessons. But isn't the entrance exam for the academy pretty hard? But isn't the entrance exam for the academy pretty hard?
I think my head would explode if I had to take an exam like that. It's not so hard. I think it must be far more difficult to become a bracer. You know, I've always kind of wanted to be one, ever since I was a little girl. I don't even know what to say to that. You call me a bracer, but I'm still just an apprentice.
We have to travel all over the kingdom before we can advance. I think we'll be in Rouen for a little while, though.
In any case, perhaps I'll have the chance to repay you. Plus, the children would love for you to come back and play again. I'll prepare a whole mountain of tea and baked goods. Matron Theresa sure is a nice lady.
Yes, she's very motherly.
I'm sure all the children here think of her as their mother.
Oh, Scree. Scree.
Oh, Sieg, were you waiting for me? Scree! That's right, they're not here to hurt anyone. This is Estelle, and that's Joshua. You remember them, right? Scree! Good boy. Wow, you can actually talk to him? Well, he doesn't actually talk per se, but I can understand what he's trying to say. We've always been able to tell what the other is feeling. Whoa, bird telepathy is so cool!
Sounds like mutual love to me.
It is. Hello, Sieg. I'm Estelle. It's nice to meet you. Now, read my mind. Scree? Scree. Oh. Are my thoughts too complex to read?
If you're thinking of what I think you were thinking of, then no.
Oh, by the way, aren't you two heading for Rouen?
Yeah, we're
Yeah, we're planning to register at the local guild. If we don't do that, we can't work. Well, if you're going to the Rouenian Guild, I have a few things to do over there myself. Maybe I could show you around. Really? That'd be great.
But don't you have to go back to school soon?
No, it's all right. I got special permission to be out today. I don't have to return until after nightfall. Sounds like a plan, then. Let's go to Rouen.
Okay,
Miss Chloe?
Oh, God.
Clem? Oh, it's that brat! You know you shouldn't be playing around here. What would you do if a monster attacked you? I had to come to apologize to you. I'm sorry for lying about the emblem thingy. Well, don't worry. I'm not mad at you. But isn't there someone else you should be apologizing to?
Ack!
No, there isn't. Hmm? I know you're a good boy, so why don't you go and apologize? Well, if you want me to, I guess I gotta. Miss Bracer Lady? I'm sorry. Oh, you're apologizing to me? So there is justice in this world. Hey, don't get me wrong. I just wanted to apologize to Miss Chloe. Aren't Bracers supposed to pay attention to what's going on? If a little kid like me can grab something off you so easily, what's your excuse? Gah! Gah! Bye-bye! Make sure you hone that training of yours before you lose something even more valuable. What a little brat!
Settle down, he was just trying to hide his own embarrassment. Not to mention, you really aren't the most attentive person in the world. Maybe you should heed his advice.
Grr, you're an even bigger brat! You two must be really close. I mean, you act like brother and sister. We do?
Only insofar as we try to look out for each other.
Oh, that's a big help. I'm honestly a little envious. I was an only child. I wish I knew what that kind of relationship feels like. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Anyway, shouldn't we be heading out? We can get to Rouen just by following the beach. Okay, let's get going then.
Well, I guess if I'm that close, then I might as well... Let's go to Rouen. Let's go to the Rouen Guild, and then we'll call it a night. Wait, actually, let's... Okay, ooh, Tierra Bomb. Alzheimer's much? Okay, that's great. I appreciate that. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go back to the orphanage. And then we will call it a night there. Okay, so... Okay... Because it is late. Okay, so until next time, this has been Professor Icepick with Back the Log Off, finally on Chapter 2 of Trails in the Sky. I'll see you next time.